How's it going, guys? Hope you all are doing great. This is E-Vlog coming to you live, and welcome back on another live stream on One Piece. It is currently 12:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, May the 31st. Before we get onto the before we get into the reaction, I just want to give a shout out to Eric Lengren. He is the man, the legend, that did the voiceover to our badass Vegeta voice on Dragon Ball Z. He's dead. He died at 66. So shout out to him for giving us such a great voice that impacts each and every one of us till today. May his soul rest in peace. Now, let's continue on where we left off. Speaking of where we left off, CP9, Ennis Lobby, Water 7, I think everything is done. Water 7 arc, I believe it's complete, right? So now we're going to see what happens next. How, who is going to be the next antagonist? I know with One Piece takes its time to set all these things up. I know. And we'll see what happens. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow I'm going to be going live again to discuss other topic on wrestling and other stuff that I normally talk about on Sunday. So be sure to check me out on that. Question is, what happens now? Let's skip this part. And I am so glad that Nico Robin finally got her revenge on Spandam. I'm so glad she got her revenge. And Going Merry is back. It has not been explained how Going Merry came back. And I believe that's one thing I forgot to mention on the last stream. How did Going Merry came back to Straw Hats Pirates? This episode, I think, is going to pertain on Going Merry, if I'm not mistaken. And if you guys realize, Usopp has made up with his team. Why does he still have Sogi Kings? Why is Luffy looking for Usopp? He's literally right there. Luffy is stupid. Come on, man. I don't know if Luffy, I think he has a little screw loose somewhere, man. He's always doing this. How can he not recognize that the person behind that stupid mask is Usopp? Yeah, and they heard the voice. So they're thinking, yeah, that was a voice that, and was it Mary that spoke to them or what? Like, what the hell? Is Mary a spirit? Is going Mary a spirit or something? Spooky, spooky stuff going on with Mary. Rabauta, man. So this is more like a mystical thing going on here. Oh, really, server? You said the next arc will be even spookier. Oh, okay. So this Kurabuta man, is he a real person in life or is he like spooky, spooky stuff? Like, is he a spirit? Galley-La company. Oh, even him made it. Looks like he's doing all right. Yep. Ooh! What just happened? Ooh! Eehee! Well, they were told from the get-go. Y'all remember? Like Kaku told them. Like they didn't just yanked into two. Didn't just yanked. Let her rest now. Oh, Iceberg was the one that saw it somewhere, and I guess he tried to mend it as much as he could and sent it their way. Because I was wondering, how did going Mary? Ooh, he's hearing a voice. Yo, guys, it's almost like Mary has a soul, yo. Mary is some spooky ship. You heard of what the hell, man? Ooh! It's, it is a miracle indeed, because yo, Mary's a legend, man. Mary is one badass ship. I have never heard a ship that has some this type of tenacity and grit. Rest in peace, man. So what happens now with Straw Hats? Are they they're gonna have to get a new ship, I guess. Say thanks to Mary though. Thanks to Mary. Mary has really done some wonderful job here so far. Oh damn, they're gonna set it on fire. I guess at this point Usopp can no longer fight back, huh? At this point Usopp has no disagreement now because there's nothing can be done. So this is the final goodbyes, huh? This is it for Mary. So many memories with going Mary, man. So many memories. Wow, they're actually saying their final farewell, huh? So many memories. Going Mary has literally took them has literally been a great ship. Nami, of course, nobody else. And this was going to Skypiea arc, Sky Island. Whew. Quite quite a touching moment for Straw Hat Pirates at this point, man. Quite a touching memory. Ooh, Mary, Mary is speaking again. Everyone can hear it now, not just Straw Hat Pirates. Woo! Now, guys, what an episode this is. What an episode. Shout out to Going Merry Man. And I'm not sad that they made this episode, episode 312. They fixated it on Straw Hat Pirates saying their final goodbyes, their farewell to Going Merry. What an awesome episode. I'm so glad that on how they did this episode, bringing back all the memory, showing all the memory, the previous moments and everything. It is well, nicely done. Now, Straw Hat Pirates are going to move on and find another ship, and I'm looking forward to see the process behind it. So, stay tuned for more episodes. Let's move on to episode 213. It is an emotional episode, this was, man. Quite an emotional episode. Um, the interesting thing about this is that we've said final goodbyes to two situations right now. First was Eric Lindgren, the man that did the voiceover of Vegeta, just passed away at 66 years old. May his soul rest in peace. And now we are saying our final farewell, our goodbye to Going Merry. Two situations right now. So quite an interesting day so far, ain't it? Hmm. Should I skip this part? I mean, it's an emotional farewell, man. I'll let it play. I'll let it. That scream from Luffy, I felt that, man. I'm not gonna lie. I felt that scream, that final scream. Calling Mary's name. 2 days later. Hey, the aftermath. The aftermath of Enies Lobby destruction. The aftermath of the battle. Yeah, Zoro is gonna need a new sword. The other one got rusted. Yep. Love to see what the Navy are doing because I'm sure the headquarters have heard Straw Hat Pirates whooped their ass by now. I want to know what the next phase is. Wally is famous. They came back and they came back strong. The Cutty Flame group are starting to rebuild their hideout. Oh, those two big animals survived it. Gomorrah and the other one. Those two brothers. Um, what did he purchase? Don't tell me it's another ammunition or some type of a ship that blows things up. You're too big, man. You're too big, Yokozuna. He eats while he's sleeping? Are you kidding me? What do you guys call this one? Sleep eating? It's no longer sleepwalking. It's sleep eating. Nami is depressed. They saved the tangerine from Bellemere. So now all they need is a new ship. Even the other bag of money that they stole, they brought them back. The other suitcase of money. Adam, the treasure tree. Very nice. He's gonna build them a new ship with one of the hardest and one of the toughest trees. He's going to build them a new ship. He's gonna build them an incredible ship. Interesting. Oh, I cannot wait to see the new ship, man. I wonder what they're gonna call it. I guess the Marines wasted no time. They are marching in. Who is leading them? Who is their captain? Garp. Garp is the man who cornered the great Roger? I guess Garp is the one who arrested Roger. Someone need to let Luffy know. This guy is not an ordinary pirate based on what I've heard. If he's the one that cornered and arrested Roger, that means his reputation pursues him. This is not an ordinary admiral. This is an important. Ooh! You went straight to where they are. I thought at least he's gonna ask people where is Straw Hat's Pirates. He's still sleeping. Yo! Stoy! He went so fast that Cutty Flame and Sanji couldn't keep up with him. You just zoomed through them. What? What the hell? Luffy's grandfather is a pirate? Is a Navy Marine? And not just any ordinary Navy Marine. He's a Vice-Admiral, probably one of the big guys that makes the decision that circulates, that affects the Navy itself. Because if this guy is the one that cornered and arrested Roger, that means he's not an ordinary spooky hogwash admiral. His grandfather. What the? Let's move on to the next episode. What the hell is going on here? And his grandchild is a pirate. What does this mean? Is he here to arrest Luffy or what? Is he here to arrest his grandson? To put him in chains? Or what? Holy crap! Let's go back a little bit. Like the way he moved. Cutty Flame, Frankie, and Sanji couldn't even see him. Look, they did not see him coming at all. What type of ability does he have, though? Come to think of it, Luffy does look like him. GG. So who is Luffy's father then? Holy crap! Luffy's father revealed. What? He does look like Luffy, and Luffy does look like him. Of course, he would be a hero. He cornered and arrested Rogers. Why wouldn't he be a hero? He cornered and arrested one of the greatest pirates. Man, I'm so excited right now, and I'm so in anticipation right now what's gonna happen between these two. And Luffy did, Luffy did say that he almost killed me a bunch of times. So this is what he was doing to his grandson, huh? Indeed. Wow. Hmm. His grandfather trained him to be a Marine, but otherwise happened. Ooh. I can't anymore, guys. I can't. Holy shit, man. Yo. Are you kidding me? Look at Usopp jumped the window. Usopp jumped the window to hide. Oh, man, this is hilarious. Oh, man. So Shanks is doing well. He's very famous. Zoro just got back. This is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. Zoro don't know what's going on. All he knows is that his friends are probably being attacked. Hmm. Whee! Wait, isn't that Toby? Or am I mistaken? Soy! That is Straw Hats Pirates for you, baby. Wait, that got to be Toby. Oh, Kobe, sorry. Kobe. I said Toby, man. It's been a while. And Kobe has all grown a bit. He's all grown up now. Really, Luffy? Really? I'm still trying to stomach the fact that Luffy's grandfather is a legend of that is still alive and active. A Vice-Admiral. His grandfather. This is wow. Crazy. Really? The loser? Captain Morgan's son? He became a Marine. The scrawny little kid. The scrawny little Captain Morgan's son. Man, I hate that haircut, man. It's like they don't care. They, they don't care about him. They don't care about him. Somehow, I feel like they're setting up a rival between Luffy and Kobe someday. Sorry, Kobe someday. I keep calling him Toby. I don't know why. I think they those two are gonna be rivals at some point. Speaking of which, who is his father? Logtown. If I'm not mistaken, Logtown. That was a fella, a strange fella that has a tattoo on the right side of his neck, if I'm not mistaken. Was that Luffy's real father? There was a guy who looked very mysterious. I think he went with the name Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. Tim Boogie. Boogie. Flashily, the flashily boogie. Flashily this, flashily that. So you mean to tell me the person who was doing this was that same weird looking guy with tattoos? That mysterious guy? The mystery guy. Yeah, I remember. He has a tattoo on the side of his face. Dragon. You see, the reaction from the Navy's Marine tells me everything I need to know. They almost shit on themselves. Their reaction tells me all I need to know about Luffy's father. Yo, Luffy is the only one who doesn't know. Look at everybody, even Cutty Flame. Look at their faces, their reaction. My goodness. You already did. You already said enough. The hell am I watching? What the hell, man? Wow. Now, let me just zoom on this right now. Let me just look at that, man. This boy, or this guy named Luffy, came from a strong line of badass characters, yo. Look at the father. The father looks like the type, like you, it's kind of, you don't want to run into that guy, man. And all this time, Luffy did not know that he's met his father. And his father didn't even try to introduce himself to his son. Man, are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that, man. My goodness. Yo, I know that I have a long way to go. I understand that I have a long way to go on this anime, but you know what? This just put some type of excitement into me right now. I cannot wait. I'm not sure if Luffy would ever meet his father, but just meeting his grandfather alone, understanding that Luffy's grandfather is a vice-admiral who is that's a big thing. That's a big thing to be an admiral vice general. He looks like he sits in the same chair as one of the people who calls the shots on what happens to the world government. That's a big thing. So there's the grandfather, and then he has a son who is a pirate, a dangerous pirate. And then you have Luffy, his grandson, who is also being groomed up. He's grooming himself to be another pirate as well. You know, father and son have the same ideology. I guess they don't share the same ideology with their father or grandfather. And we just learned that Garp has been trying to groom Luffy to be a Marine. But Luffy doesn't want to follow that path. He doesn't want to follow that route. He would rather, unknowingly, he followed the path of his father, the path of his old man. That's what he's following. Not knowing it. You know what I mean? This is big. This is really, really big, man. Let's continue to the next episode. 215. And I'm really glad that they're showing this. I'm really glad that we are getting to know more about Luffy. You know, I think it's high time overdue. This is Luffy came from a dangerous family, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know how much competent you have to be to arrest one of the most famous pirates like Rogers and brought him to justice? You know how much competent you have to be to. Whee! He almost tried killing Luffy many times. The way Luffy explained it, he tried killing me so many times. Nami is spying on their conversation. Leave it to Nami to figure it out. Why do I feel like these two are gonna become rivals? Somehow I just feel like their relationship, their friendship is gonna turn into some type of rivalry or some type of situation. In Sekai, the new world. That's a rival there. These two going to be rivals in the future or what? I think he meant what he said. Amazing. These two are going to be rivals at some point. I can feel it. I don't know why. Everything is just gearing to them either being one of being best friends or rivals. I said it. There you go. This boy is gonna become something in the future. Hopefully, because everything is just, you know, I said it, the aftermath. Of course, they're gonna claim it was the pirates that did it. He's eardropping. Oh, damn. For a week. No meal for them for a week, huh? My. Oh, those giants are gonna finish everything in one shot. Why does he keep calling her shipless girl? Oh, that. I see why now. He's very conservative. That's Aokiji's voice. No. was a close friend of his and he killed him? He's gone. He's gone. You could have captured her right in there if you wanted to. What is Aokiji anyway? Is he? I don't think he's a bad guy all the way. Look at Sanji. Wow. Wow, man. This last four episodes, I think it's quality over quantity. I think this last four episode is so interesting. It makes me want to stop here. But you guys can let me know what you think on the comment section or the chat. If you want to keep going, I can easily keep going. But I think this last four episode is just pure quality. This last episode is such a quality episode. I will definitely keep going if you guys want. Shout out to that one Otomos ID. Shout out to you for subbing to the channel. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much for subbing to the channel. So, server, okay, you said one more? Okay, I'll give you guys one more because I think this last four episode is such a quality episode. Aokiji shows up. I'm gonna do a 2 minutes monologue if you guys don't mind, okay? I'm gonna do a 2 minutes monologue before I continue. While I'm getting the next episode ready. Aokiji shows up. You could see the reaction on Nico Robin's face. This man was one of the people that traumatized me when I was a kid. And every time Aokiji shows up, the reaction on Nico Robin's face says it all. It looks like that trauma is not yet out of her memory yet. That trauma is still alive in her memory, in her bones. Witnessing her people decimated, watching Aokiji turn Sal into ice. Block of ice, coat of ice. You know, the trauma that she faced is still, she's not over it just yet. I actually thought that Aokiji was gonna either hurt her, capture her, or something. But he just had a word with her and left. This means Aokiji knows how to track people. He's a good tracker. He's a solid good tracker. If he wanted to take Luffy pirates or Straw Hats pirates down, he can do it with ease. If I'm not mistaken, you know. He just came to see what they're doing and then just left. I don't think he's a bad guy all the way, but I don't think if Sal was a good close friend of his, why kill him? You could have froze a part of him and then resuscitate him. Why kill him all the way? He killed his best friend. And this is why I said what I said, that the friendship between Luffy and Koby may turn the same way in the future. Because something tells me that Rogers might be a close friend of Luffy's grandfather, Garp. Because watching Roger, his age, that age group is almost the same as Garp age group, Luffy's grandfather. I'm not gonna be surprised if we find out that Roger and Garp were actually close friends before. Right? Which kind of edifies the friendship between Luffy and Koby. Because Koby is looking to be a badass guy in the future. He's looking for admiral position in the future. He's looking to level up one day. And he told Luffy just now, if I level up, I will be coming after you someday. And I don't think he's joking when he said that. And even Luffy, understanding what Koby just said, Luffy tells him, sure, that's no problem. At least try to be stronger than you are now. The next time we meet, we're going to be the strongest of them all. So, which tells me this is either going to be set up to be a good best friends in the future or great enemies. Because the same type of relationship, I would say that Aokiji and Sal had the same type of friendship. But due to the fact that Sal betrayed the Navy and I guess became a pirate, or I will also say that Luffy's grandfather Garp might have the same friendship relationship with Roger, the great pirate that I've heard so much about. But due to the fact that Roger became a pirate, Garp became a marine, he had no choice but to arrest him and get him executed. I'll do one more, guys. I'll do one more. Such a nice quality 4 episodes, man. I really appreciate the genre. Such a nice episodes. Give me one moment, guys. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. All right, folks. Thanks for your patience. Let's continue. Episode 316 coming right up. It looks like Usopp has been singing ever since. He's been hosting quite a show. It's a huge party, a huge celebration. The thing even attracted everyone close to the town, or everyone in town. Looks like the party, the celebration simply continues. Thanks. Interesting. We just heard about him episodes ago. That's his flag. Shank is meeting with Marines, but Shank is a pirate. I I want to see what he looks like now, though, because it's been a while. What's going on with the guys? They are being knocked out. It's like a wind punch, so it's like some type of a wind. Who is the big guy with white beard? Because I heard them call him white beard. How strong can someone be that the people are being knocked down before they even get closer? Not like, is that his aura doing that? Knocking guys out? I guess he's gotten way stronger than before. So Shank sells booze with Marines. What's with the medical stuff behind this guy? I guess he's the Admiral. Boogie! Boogie! So Captain Rogers used to be Buggy, and Shank used to be Captain Rogers' apprentice. Wow. And we all know what happened when he lost his left arm, huh? Saving Luffy. Whitebeard. They keep calling him White. The one on his face is one he's worried about. The scars on his face. Why? Blackbeard? Wait, hold on. I think I missed a part. Blackbeard teach. Blackbeard gave him that scar on his face. Luffy's brother. Ace. Ace is Luffy's older brother, no? He's laughing it off. He's laughing. Think things are starting to get real, ladies and gentlemen. They're about to fight? Look at what's going on above. The cloud looks like it just clashed. Yo, I gotta say, guys, this 5 episodes is packed with a lot of good information, a lot of good stuff. Yeah, because the more the bounty on their head goes up, or they're gonna send people after them. It looks like the building new Straw Hat Pirates ship has begun, guys. It looks like Iceberg is gonna join in on this. And when these two work together, they are very, very. Oh, everyone is coming now. The Galley-La is coming. All these guys join heads to build something. It's going. I cannot wait to see this. Some of their money is gone. Some of their savings. She's gonna get upset. She's gonna. Oh, she's upset. Damn, man. Woo. Why is Zoro in an alleyway? It looks like he's still trying to figure out the. He's trying to figure this place out because he keeps bumping into, you know, roadblocks all the time when, if he tries to go around the buildings. All right, guys. All right, all right. Thank you guys so much for coming in for this stream. Much appreciated. Okay, let me go to the comment. Let me go to the chat box here. Uh, okay, Server, you said episodes 317 to 319 are filler. So, okay. So the next upcoming live stream is going to be on One Piece, is going to be from episode 320 and up. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that. Now, going back to this episode, these live stream today, it is quite really good because of the amount of information, the amount of things that happened on these last 5 episodes. It's quite epic. It's quite impactful, everything that happened. First, it was the farewell for Going Merry, showing and remembering all the details, all the Memories, fun memories, everything Straw Hat Pirate went through, how Going Merry was able to stomach every bump, everything that they went through with the seed, with everything. You know, I get to say, shout out Swag, thanks for coming to the chat. Dan, thanks for coming to the chat. You know, the memories that they had with Going Merry and that last scream Luffy did at the end, I felt it. I felt that last scream when he called out Going Merry. And after that, Garp, a badass general, admiral, comes in and we find out that he's actually Luffy's grandfather. And on top of that, we got to know about Luffy, not just Luffy's grandfather. We got to know about his last relationship with Luffy, or his last interaction with Luffy. He trained Luffy to become a Marine, but in the end, I guess the grandfather figured out if my son is going to be a pirate, not even if my son is going to be a pirate, if my son is already a pirate and a badass pirate, I might as well try and train my grandson to sway away from the pirate people and be a Marine who can serve, who can hunt, who can, deal with criminals and hunt down criminals and give justice. Luffy decides to follow his old man's footsteps and becomes a pirate. I'm not sure if we're ever going to know about Luffy's mother or grandmother, if a story is going to be told on them at all in any way, shape, or form. But so far, we get to know that Dragon, the man who he met at Lobby Town or Longtown or whatever, who he met momentarily, that saved him from Captain Smoker, was actually his father. And the way Garp said it, you met him at this place, even though he didn't reveal himself as your father, but he is actually your father. And it looks like Dragon has a way to control the weather. He has a way to control nature, because Boogie was about to off Luffy's head. He already got Luffy in a guillotine. Okay? He got Luffy in a guillotine and about to chop off his head. And a lightning happened and a thunder struck that area and lit it on fire, causing enough distraction for Luffy and his friends to get away. So Dragon does have mystical powers, which I guess as time progresses, we will get to know more about him, if possible. And then we learned that now Shanks and Whitebeard, who I know now is actually a pirate, a great pirate. And before that, Luffy and Koby interacted, which seems to me like these two might end up being rivals. So anyways, moving forward, Shanks came to see Whitebeard, and we find out that the scar on Shanks' face was given to him by Blackbeard. And the last time we saw Blackbeard and his crew members was before Skypiea arc. Luffy also met him momentarily, and Blackbeard looks like the type. He's wild, If Shanks' ability, his aura, is knocking guys out, his aura is punching the crap out of other low-ranking pirates, and he got a scar from Blackbeard, that means Blackbeard must be very strong. If he's to deal with Shanks and survive, and even not only give Shanks a scar on his face. Yo, man, things are really setting up. I don't know. And then Shanks tells Whitebeard, your commander-in-chief, who is Ace, who is Luffy's older brother, who is Garp's grandchild, who is Dragon's son, he's gonna have to deal with this crap before he gets out of hand. And Whitebeard doesn't like Shanks' tone, and they clashed. And you could see the cloud looked like They are different type of cloud, and they clash together. You could see the chunk of space, like the chunk of gap between the clouds. I got to say that that is awesome, man. I can, if they're just talking, that clash is just them talking, conversating. Imagine if those two actually get serious to fight. I think that boat will not be safe. The boat that they are currently on talking will not be safe. People around them won't be safe, because if they're able to emanate that much power, you could just imagine. So I'm looking forward to see how things are gonna go. It looks like we're going to see Ace very, very soon, because if what Shanks said is true, which I think is true, now Whitebeard is gonna have to look into this matter seriously, because Shanks looked very serious. He was serious when he communicated with Whitebeard, and it looks like Blackbeard is getting ready to climb up the ladder. And Shanks said Blackbeard is actually getting ready to take on your position. He's getting ready to take you down. So this is gonna be a great pirates fight. Forget about the navies for now. Pirates are about to collide in a brutal fight, which inadvertently it's gonna involve the navy, because the ruckus that they're going to be making is gonna attract the attention of the navy. And knowing that, and seeing to Garp knows Shanks, and Garp has a grandson who is involved with pirates business, there's no way he's gonna sit back and watch this happen. He's gonna somehow get involved in one shape or form, because that's his grandson. Even though he's a pirate, even though he would want the best for Ace, but since Ace has gotten involved, his grandfather, who is still edible and able-bodied to fight, is gonna get involved at some point. So it's gonna be a collision of great battle. I'm not sure which episode this is gonna happen, but I'm looking forward to see what happens next. Meanwhile, Aokiji, I'm not sure if this is the last time we're going to see Aokiji, because it looks like his interaction, his chase of Nico Robin, it looks like it has ended. I don't think Aokiji is going to go after Nico Robin ever again. I think there's been some type of the turmoil that both of them, the connection that they have, it looks like there is peace between them now. I don't think he has anything against Nico Robin anymore. I think their turmoil connection has come to an end, at a peaceful end. I think now Aokiji is looking forward to see Nico Robin's next, he's looking to see her grow. He's looking to see her live in peace. He's looking to see how her life continues at a distance. He has given up chase on Nico Robin, and it seems like their past has come to a peaceful conclusion, which I like, because each time Aokiji shows up, Nico Robin looks like her chest just jumped inside her stomach. She's scared of him. So let me look at the chat. These 5 episodes, it's quality, man. It's quality episodes. That's why I don't want to do too much, because after the 4th one, I'm like, you know what? This is such a quality 4 episodes that I don't want to do anymore, because I want to leave whatever that happened the way, just like this, because it felt movie-like. It felt like a movie. I wanted to leave it that way. But I think the 5th one didn't do that bad as well, because there are even bigger information and more things to come. So, yeah, another crossover would be good, because I remember there was a time there was a crossover, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, and another anime. They did a crossover. That was pretty good. And what about Ace? Well, I'm looking forward to see what Ace has been doing, because Ace is, I guess, the commander in chief to for Whitebeard, and I will look forward to see his involvement in all of this because I'm sure he has a huge role to play in all of this. Yeah, Goku no longer has a brother. Raditz was killed by Piccolo when he shot that Masenko Ha. You went through Goku, you went through Raditz, but at the same time killed Goku as well. Yeah, we don't see too many brothers in anime. Vegeta does have a brother. He lives at a distant planet or whatever with his wife. We don't see much of him. Vegeta does have a brother. If they're ever going to do another Saiyan saga in Dragon Ball Super, I mean, is Vegeta and his baby brother, are they the only two King Vegeta has? It looks like as a king, knowing that Vegeta's father was a king, doesn't he have concubines, like women that he, shacks up with it once in a while? Vegeta might have other brothers, who knows? You know? Vegeta might have other brothers. Who knows, man? Because his late father was the king of all saints. And I'm sure as a king, you may have a wife, but at the same time, you may have concubines and, side chicks. You know what I mean? So, Vegeta might have more than one brother. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Who do I think is stronger, Ace or Luffy? I think, okay, I think that Ace is stronger. Why? Because Ace is older than Luffy. Most of the time in anime, whenever we see old brother versus younger brother, the old brother is usually stronger. And not just that. Ace has been in this pirate business longer than Luffy. And Ace is tied, from what I've seen, Ace is tied to Whitebeard. And seeing the little clash, the little jokey conversation clash Whitebeard had with Shanks, and looking at what happened to the Cloud, you cannot be a wimp to be one of Whitebeard's crew. Looking at his age, looking at the man that surrounds him, looking at the fact that he has these hospital equipment kind of situation all around him, it seems that the guy has gotten so old he can barely breathe by himself. But I think in a fight, I don't think he will need those things to fight. I don't know. Wouldn't that be a weakness if he goes into a battle with all those oxygen stuff, going inside him? I don't know. But I think Ace is stronger. Ace is stronger. Because even if we judge their ability, Ace uses fire. If fire keeps hitting a rubber will definitely melt, right? Just based on using my common sense, is fire keep honing in on rubber, because he's practically a rubber man. His fire keep honing in on rubber, on plastic, it will melt eventually. That's the concept of physics and, chemistry and all of that stuff. So, Mira Hamama said that he or she lost interest on One Piece. Why would you lose interest, man? What episode are you at? What episode are you at? Mira. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. King Vegeta, as a king, I'm sure he has other side chicks. I don't think he only slept with Vegeta's mother. I don't think so. I don't believe it because he's a king. What kind of woman will resist him? You know what I mean? What kind of woman? I don't think there will be that many women that will resist King Vegeta, unless if he devoted his whole life to his wife, Vegeta's mother, and didn't have any side chick. I don't think that Vegeta's mother was the only one King Vegeta slept with. And again, every time they have a baby, they send them out to other galaxies, just like Vegeta's baby brother was sent out to other galaxies or to other planets to conquer in the name of Frieza, right? So I think Vegeta might have another brother somewhere that we don't know of. Oh, who do I think is stronger between Gohan or Future Trunks? Right now, if I'm comparing Dragon Ball Super Zamasu arc, if I'm comparing that Trunks that defeated Zamasu to Beast Gohan, Gohan is definitely way stronger than Trunks. He's definitely way stronger because Gohan is super stronger because Gohan still ties himself with the greats, with the Z Warriors. In Future Trunks, for Future Trunks, his timeline, all the Z fighters are dead. There's no one there he can spar with at this point. There is no one. If Future Trunks goes back to his time, there is no one to spar with. There's no motivation, really. And now that Zamasu or Black Goku has been defeated, if Future Trunks goes back to his time, all they will be doing is rebuilding. He's gonna go and help civilization rebuild, right? He's not gonna be doing that much training, but knowing the conversation his father had with him the last time they spar, he will probably keep training. And knowing the fact that the fight between himself and Black Goku was so personal, it was so personal with Goku and Zamasu. It was so personal that Trunk hates Black Goku and Zamasu so much. So I think he will still train, but the extent of his training will be a bit limited compared to Gohan, who has his master still alive, Piccolo, who has his father still alive, Goku, who has his father's friend, or let me say uncle, of he has Vegeta available, who is still strong. He still has Broly, who is another uncle, or whatever you want to call it, that is still alive. He still have Frieza, who Gohan knows who Frieza is and his history, you know. He has Beerus. He has Jiren. He has, you know, like Gohan has seen the best out of the best. He knows so much more, and he surrendered himself with so much great fighters, and he has run into so much great fighters than Future Trunks. You know, I mean, I feel bad for Future Trunks, but Future Trunks' growth will not be will not will let me just say that his growth should not be neglected. I'm not gonna neglect Future Trunks' growth because he's almost similar like Gohan, right? Future Trunks, his rise, his power level, and his growth, and the way he gets stronger is similar to Gohan's. So if Future Trunks is gonna run into people that will help him, that will push him, I think that will be good for him. That would be interesting. How King Cold had Frieza. That would be so interesting. I would like to see that too. You know, who is Frieza's mother? How did King Cold get to have Frieza? I think Frieza, from what we know, and from me using my common sense, I think they came. I think Frieza's clan probably came from a sophisticated beings, like a sophisticated, um, a sophisticated entity. They came from a sophisticated personality or a sophisticated race. I mean, Beerus don't let himself be known by anybody, by just anybody, unless he's gonna kill them, unless they're not gonna live to tell the tale of it. But the fact that King Cole knows who Beerus is and told his son, there are two people you should never mess with. Two people in this whole universe you should never ever engage in a fight. Number one is Lord Beerus. Number two is Kid Buu. So King Cole, because let me say that again. Beerus, don't let anyone see him or encounter him and live to tell the story. Not anybody can see Beerus and live to tell the story. Any race that runs into Beerus are probably gonna get killed because he's a god of destruction. He comes into a planet, maybe fight the strongest out of them all. When he had his fill, he just blows everything up. So for King Cole to know who Beerus is, and as well Kid Buu, that means Frieza's clan is not just any other clan out there. I mean, look at the evolution of Frieza. When Frieza trained, somebody who was just at birth, he's already super strong. And then when he pushes himself to train, how much he was able to level up in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? In a short amount of time, Frieza leveled up, if not stronger than Goku. If Frieza was able to hone that golden form of his and not just rush to battle, I think he would have given Goku a very good fight. It's just that he tapped into the golden level, didn't wait until he gets used to it, which Frieza realized later on in the future and told Goku, I made a mistake and I now realize the mistake I made, right? I mean, Frieza not having to train at all. He was just conceived, given birth to, and he's so super strong. And when he pushes himself to train, he literally skyrocketed, right? So their clan, their species is not any other species out there, which is the reason why his species live to tell the tale of Beerus. Because King Cole warning Frieza never engage Beerus knows the reason why he told his son, don't ever try it. And don't ever engage with Majin Buu. So that's quite an interesting thing for us to keep in mind. Yeah, I definitely hope we see future Trunks again. Just like you, man, I would wish to see an arc where future Trunks and Gohan will be the main focus, right? We'll have Goku, Vegeta, maybe Broly train with Beerus in some area. Just have them be training with Beerus or whatever. And have Gohan and future Trunks engage or have them team up to face a great enemy, like some type of powerful enemy. I think that would be great for both of them. Okay, yes. I forgot about that. Yes. You may be right. His timeline was erased. And now he's starting another timeline where probably all the Z Warriors will live. But then again, I mean, think about it still. If he goes in a timeline where the Z Warriors are, two things will happen in that timeline. And I think if what you're saying pans out properly, because I forgot a little bit about that side that particular episode or what happened when Trunks went back into another timeline. So if he went back to another timeline, I hope they touch base on that in the future. What happened? Because it's actually interesting concept to see what happened to future Trunks when he went into another timeline where the Z Warriors exist. Now, if he went into the timeline where the Z Warriors exist, it's either he's gonna run into the Z Warriors. It's either he's gonna be stronger than everybody, or they're going to be stronger than him. Either or. You know what I mean? Because fighting Black Goku or Fuse Zamasu, knowing the amount of strength future Trunks had to summon, right, to keep up with his father, with Goku, and fight Black or Fuse Zamasu, and when I think he may be stronger than wherever timeline he goes. It's either the Z Warriors are gonna be, or Goku and Vegeta in that timeline would either be stronger than him, or he will be stronger than them. And if he is stronger than them, that means he will be the one teaching them. But then again, eventually Goku and Vegeta are going to surpass him eventually, because those two never fails, you know? And yeah, you're right too. There may be, if he goes in another timeline where the Z Warriors exist, you can also say that there will be two Trunks now. Or there will be two Trunks, but one of them will be baby Trunks. Right? One of them will be baby Trunks, and he's going to be the adult Trunks. Which I would say it will probably be another interesting concept. But I hope that they're going to touch base what happened to future Trunks when he went back to this next timeline that he went to. What happened? Was he able to meet the Z Warriors? Were there any other threats? You know? I think future Trunks timeline getting erased. In a way, I can understand why. Because if Trunks goes back to his timeline, there will be peace, because there will be no other threat. And due to the fact that there may be no other threat, because again, in his original timeline, even Beerus is dead. You know, there's nobody there for him to take on. And if we want future Trunks to keep growing, he needs to go to a timeline where the Z Warriors, where Beerus exists, where there are still threats. Because if he goes in his original timeline, he would just live there in peace. But then again, that's not what we want. We would want to see future Trunks once again, and we want to see him grow, right? So if we do want to see him grow, he can't be in a peaceful timeline. He's gonna have to be in a timeline that would be challenging for him. He's gonna have to be in a challenging timeline, because that's how he's gonna grow as a Saiyan. And future Trunks is also unique the way his power grows, you know? Yeah, I would say that Zamasu did get what he wanted. Technically, yes, he did, because he was able to, what he did, erase that timeline. His nuisance and being able to be everywhere all at the same time, and Zeno deciding to erase the timeline or whatever. I think he got his wishes, but then again, he will not live to enjoy what he got. You know what I mean? He will not live to have the last laugh. he will not live to enjoy the benefits of his actions. You know what I mean? It's like having Frieza blowing up planet Vegeta and still live to enjoy the benefit of it, or to say, yes, I blew up planet Vegeta and I killed a lot of people. You know? So it's not the same thing as Zamasu, because Zamasu will not live to tell the tale of it. Now, if you guys have any other topic to bring up, let me know. Other than that, I will come live again tomorrow in the morning to talk about other stuff. I did not watch Raw and SmackDown this week because I was caught up doing other stuff. But I think I'm going to watch it after this live stream. I'm going to look into it. I saw clips on YouTube about Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, John Cena, Logan Paul. I think the next pay-per-view is going to be Money in the Bank. You know, Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So I think I'm gonna try to catch up, and if things goes well, I might go into wrestling again. I might pay more attention to wrestling. Like, I mean, watch it every week and watch the whole thing, because there are new stars now. And those new stars, I don't know few much about them. And Rusev is back in WWE, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I might get back in it again to kind of see what is going on. Or maybe I would just watch clips. Because when you watch clips, you kind of figured out everything that is going on, really. You don't really have to, especially with the top guys, with the main events and stuff like that. So we'll see. Hall of Fame ceremony. You mean the Hall of Fame ceremony that happens before WrestleMania? Is that what you're talking about? If you're talking about Hall of Fame ceremony before WrestleMania actually kicks off, no, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Okay, yeah, that Hall of Fame, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Um, and another reason why I didn't watch it, if you remember, I was watching One Piece. I was live watching One Piece. If I didn't watch it that day. I think I went live at the end of my One Piece episodes that day, and I didn't finish. I only watched Jey Uso and Gunter match for a little bit before they stopped my stream. The only Hall of Fame that I watched closely was when The Rock inducted his father, Rocky Johnson, in the WWE Hall of Fame. When he inducted his grandfather, Chief Peter Maivia, and his father, Rocky Johnson, at the same time. I watched that. And I think he made fun of Santino Marella as well, during that Hall of Fame, which I actually enjoyed. So that's the only Hall of Fame that I've watched from beginning to the end. So, yep, for people who have not checked out my membership or my members content, click the channel, go to membership tab, and check out my membership content. It's exclusive contents for members only, and stuff like that. So check it out, guys, and support the channel. If you're just coming into the live stream, I have reacted One Piece from episode 212 all the way to 216. And yep, if you're gonna watch this video after, feel free to let me know in the comment section what you think about everything that happened These 5 episodes, especially the last 4 episodes, is like a movie feel. I felt like I was watching a classic movie for some reason. So, quite a lot of information. A lot of information, man. And once again, guys, rest in peace. Shout out to Eric Lindgren, the voice actor that voiced Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z. You see, this is the reason why I keep saying these stars are not going to live long. They are not going to live they're not going to live for the rest of their life. It's good not to waste time because the longer you wait, these classic voiceovers are not going to live long. They're not going to live for the rest of their lives. So if you take all this time before you put out a content or before you bring back Dragon Ball Super, everybody might not be here. And we see it right now. Kira Toriyama, bless his soul, is no more. Now, Eric Lindgren is no more. And we know Vegeta's voiceover, like, we are connected to that voiceover. You know what I mean? It's like every time Aokiji speaks, I remember Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre. That these are specific voiceovers. These are legendary, classic, memorable voiceovers. Because each and every one of us that hear specific voiceovers, it connects us to that anime and it connects us to what we were doing during that time. Whether we had a terrible life during that time when we watched Dragon Ball Z or whatever, or JoJo's Bizarre, or we were having a good, like, it connects us to a memory with those voices. So it's good for anime studios. It's imperative they don't take too much time to bring out new anime or to bring back an anime that the fans love. If the fans are asking for it, if the fans are supporting this show, why wait so long to bring back a show? I don't get it. One Punch Man, you know how many times One Punch Man has taken so long at this point. It's like if you guys remember Demon Slayer, when the first episodes or the first season of Demon Slayer came out, everybody was all over it. It was an awesome anime. And then they took so many years. When season 2 came back, it was no longer as interesting or as vivid as it was or as season 1 when it first came out because they took so long. And the interesting thing is that they have now really made their mark. They are now really solid in the anime community, unless if you're a manga reader. If you're a manga reader, then what I'm saying doesn't apply to you. But for anime watcher, when no, not Demon Slayer, sorry, my apologies. Goblin Slayer. When Goblin Slayer first appeared, it was such a hot anime when it first appeared. But after the first season, they took so long, and when Goblin Slayer came back, it was like, the fire that he had on season 1 was no longer there. And I think One Punch Man is kind of doing the same thing. I'm not sure where they are on the manga sector of things, but they have taken so long. The same thing with Berserk. The same thing with Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. When are they going to bring those animes back? When? When we turn like 80 years old or something? I don't know. If these animes will ever come back, it will really be a solid thank you to the fans. It will really be a good take, because we love these animes. We support it. If the fan support is there, why waste so much time? I don't know. All right, man. I hope you enjoy your time with your nephew, Swag. I hope you guys have a good time. I'm really not sure which one he voiced over. Let me check real quick. I think it's English dub version because the guy is he's not Japanese, so I'm thinking that it's English dub. It's English dub. It got to be English dub. Yeah, it's English dub. Kind of goes back to my point. Why they should not waste so much time to bring anime back, get it going, because these great voiceovers are not gonna live for the rest of their life. You know, they're gonna get weaker. They might not be able to continue the work or whatever. But if you have them when they're still able-bodied to work, to voice over stuff, do it before they get old. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. Thank you guys for joining this live stream. Much appreciated. Catch me tomorrow on another live stream outside, okay? Because I've been cooked up in here. I'm going to be streaming outside tomorrow. Catch me then on other topics like wrestling and other topics that you guys would like me to address. And feel free to check out my members platforms content. It's a special content made and reserved for members only. And yeah, if you have any question, subscribe to the membership content and ask your question. Or if you want to speak one-on-one, or if you want me to do a special live stream for members, let me know. And I will be glad to do that. Okay, if Chris Sabat did the English voice of Vegeta, maybe because this is Dragon Ball Z, so Chris Sabat might be doing it for Super, but for Z, I believe Eric Lindgren was the one that did that voiceover. You know, Chris Sabat might be doing it now, but Eric Lindgren probably did the first ones. Or the second, who knows? Well, maybe it could be that Chris Langren is, um, you know how Frieza has two voice, like two people that has almost the same voice, right? Frieza has that. I think I saw a clip one time where a man and a woman who has similar Frieza voice. So I think one of them, either Chris or Eric, might be the second, just in case if one person couldn't make it, the other person will fill in. You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, there are multiple, yes, exactly, there are multiple English dub for DBZ. Anyway, it's been fun, it's been enjoyable, and keep on keeping on, guys. See you in the next video. Adios.